Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video we are going to be playing in makeup, of course. However, this one we are going to be playing with MAC makeup, only MAC makeup. I kind of wanted to throw it back since this is where I began, and I want to use all MAC products to see if it is still the boss of makeup, if my thoughts have changed, just kind of going back over some of my favorite products that I used to use and still kind of do, just to see how I feel about it. What really sparked my interest of doing this video is that I was at my mother-in-law's house and she found a box of makeup that I ordered a while ago, and I didn't even realize it was there, but it was like all brand new makeup from MAC. It was like that, blushes, concealers, like just a whole bunch of new makeup. So I was like, you know what, this is the perfect time to do the MAC makeup video. So here we are. If you would like to see what look I created, then make sure you keep on watching. All right, let's get started. Off, we are going to do the brows. Typically I always have my brows done. I will leave my current up-to-date brow tutorial above, but today we're going to be using the MAC brow pencil, and this one is in Spite. This one was definitely one of my go-tos. Loved this pencil. They did, however, change the formula and the packaging. Now the packaging comes with the spoolie, and you can actually twist up and twist down the product. Before, you used to not be able to do that. You could only twist it up and used to click when you twisted it. So yes, but first, before you apply the brows, I'm gonna go in with my eyeshadow base. This definitely used to be one of my favorites. This is the 24-hour extended eye base from MAC. You do not need a lot of this product. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab about that much, and then I'm going to apply it to the eyelid all the way up to the brow bone and through the brow hairs. That way, when we go into the brow, filling in the brow, it does not move and it stays put throughout the whole day. Love this stuff. This is definitely a really good staple. Okay. Next, we're gonna go in with the brow pencil, and I'm just gonna brush the brows up. And then go ahead and fill them in. I'm just gonna move my mirror a little bit close. Oh, you guys can see it. There we go. And then fill in. Then we're gonna go in with the MAC Spite Shape Plus Shade Brow Tint. This is the marker that I was telling you guys about in my brow tutorial, my updated one. I love this one. This is actually one of my favorite ones. The only thing is I don't really use the other side when I'm shading. It has like a little powder to it that I don't ever use. I don't use the powder side. I just use the marker side. Next, we're gonna go ahead and clean up the brow, and I'm gonna use the NC50, and I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of the NC45. This is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This stuff used to be my jam. The only thing that was a downfall with this concealer is that it comes in a glass container. So if you dropped it, it was over. And then once you get down to like the little bit, even though the pump reaches it, it does not pull the last little bit of product, and it's hard to open this. So those were like the only two downfalls. However, this stuff is amazing. Love this stuff. It definitely is Pro Longwear. It is a little bit more mattifying, so make sure you hydrate underneath your eyes when using this product. Okay, I thought I had it. Okay, let me see. Okay, so moving on to skin, we're gonna go ahead and prime the skin. My two favorite primers from MAC. The first one is the Natural Radiance Primer. I love that primer. That's the one that I kind of like started into, and that's the one that kind of made me fall in love with primers. And then it is this one, which is a mix and medium, and this one is it's for face and body. It has a little ball in it. You can only get it at the Pro store or on MAC's website. But this one gives the skin a nice, healthy, luminous glow, and anything underneath it just looks flawless. I mean, on top of it looks flawless. So I really love this primer, and it has that ball in it because it is good for when you use the airbrush system. But I love this stuff. It makes the skin so soft and supple and just gorgeous. This is my favorite one. If you can see, I'm kind of like out of it. You probably can't tell, but I'm at like 15 millimeters left because it's marked, but I have like 3 backups of this stuff. That's how much I loved it. And at one point it was like hard to get your hands on it, so I couldn't find it here. So when I went on vacation to Florida, I stopped at the mall, and it was at the mall, so I grabbed like 3 of them, and that was it. But it just makes the skin look so hydrated and glowy, and it's just so pretty. So pretty. So for foundation, I used to really love the Matchmaster foundation, but that one was discontinued. I did start off with the Studio Fix Fluid. That one broke my skin out just because it was a little too heavy. I don't know what was in it, but it looks so beautiful on other people. Just for me, I personally cannot wear it because it will break my skin out. So I love the Matchmaster, but that's no longer. So I have really been loving the So I have really been loving the Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation. This stuff looks so gorgeous. It's like a natural satin finish, but it definitely holds onto the skin very well. It's waterproof. It looks so just like skin. It's a very, very beautiful foundation. So I'm gonna mix NC50 and then a little bit of NW45 just to add a little bit of warmth to it, but majority is gonna be NC50. All right, so the foundation is on. As you can see, it's just super hydrated, super glowy, super dewy. It just looks like really, really healthy skin. So we're going to use the same concealers that we used before, except we're going to use NC45 and a little bit of NC42 into the concealer just to brighten it up just a little bit. So I'm just going to do a pump of the NC45 and then like a half a pump of NC42, and we're going to go ahead and apply that underneath the eyes. All right, so the concealer is on, it is blended. Now we're gonna go ahead and set underneath the eyes and set the rest of the face. So to set underneath the eyes, we are going to use the Invisible Powder from MAC. This is a Pro product, so you can get this at the Pro store or online. So we're just gonna set underneath the eyes with this one, and you want to just set, not a lot of this. This is a very mattifying powder, so you don't want to overset and over dry out underneath the eyes. So I'm just going to press it in the center of the face and press it in just to mattify the skin. See? And press it away until it disappears. Next, I'm gonna also go in with the MAC Mineralize Skinfinish in Dark. Take my sponge, kind of rub it in there, and then go underneath the eyes one more time. I love doing this step because it has like a golden tint, so it keeps it looking natural and flawless, and these skin finishes just look so gorgeous on the skin and just nice and soft and airy. And that's what we want. And it also has a little bit of color. So that's always a plus. I'm just gonna set all of the areas that I put concealer. So I'm also gonna go in with the Dark Deepest powder and set the rest of my face with this one. I love this powder. You guys just really don't understand how much I love it. So just go ahead and press it into the skin. I'm not gonna swipe. I just really wanna press that powder in and make sure I'm setting the face. But I really like to use them to kind of contour the face, warm up the face. If I just want a little bit more extra coverage to make sure it is flawless and seamless when taking pictures or whatever the case may be. If you want that extra like oomph and a little bit more color to the skin, then this is the route to go, because it definitely gives you more coverage when applying it to the skin. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take the powder brush and just kind of lightly sculpt out the face with this powder. So anytime I wear this powder, I do have to wash it off immediately after I finish the day or whatever I can't sleep in it, I can't lounge around in it, because I find that this one breaks me out too. But I just love it so much. It doesn't break me out as bad as a Studio Fix liquid, so I can still kind of rock with it. All right, so now we're just going to deepen up that contour, and for that I'm going to use the Definitive Sculpt and Contour palette. Powder. This is an old split duo pen that I used to have when it first came out. Well, second time it came out. I don't ever really use this shade at all, but I only use the contour shade. So I'm just going to go ahead and deepen up that contour with this, and I'm just going to do it a little bit more precisely. So I'm just going to use this brush here and just deepen it up just a little bit. I love this because this is not like a harsh contour. It's like natural but deep but still ashy. However, they definitely can extend the range of contours, colors. So yeah, more inclusivity would definitely be nice. And I'm just gonna do it right here. So the first shade we're gonna use is Brown Script. So this is definitely an OG here on YouTube. Everybody and their mama had this color. So this is just the individual pans. They do sell them this way. So if you're trying to build a palette, definitely look into getting them built and just getting the individual colors. That way you get the colors that you want. So we're just gonna go in with a little bit of Brown Script and run this in the crease. Definitely a classic shade. If you know, you know. So run this. All up in here. Love this shade. This is definitely a really good staple shade for anybody of any skin tone, because it could be used as a lid color, it could be used as a transition or a crease color like this, and they build up super well. And this is an old formula because this is an old MAC eyeshadow, so it hasn't been altered or changed. So like imagine these shades being like that so long ago. So this is definitely a staple shade. Love, love, love this color. All right, so next we're gonna go in with Finjon, and this is a new color to the MAC family. I'm just gonna blend this in the crease as well. And this is gonna slightly deepen it, and that's what I want. I want a light transition to depth. Why are my eyes watering? And this is adding like a purple tone to this eye. Okay. And pull it out. All back here. And the next color we're gonna go into is Brown Down. And we're just gonna deepen up the outer edge right here. And just work that into the outer part of the eye and blend it this way. We're gonna take the bling and apply this to the lid. I'm gonna mist it with the Morphe setting spray. And you know what? I could do something icy. Let's see. This is a really old one, so we'll use it. Bump it. So we're gonna use Crystal Avalanche, and what I'm gonna do is, let's see, if I can find the brush. Okay. So we're gonna start off with the Hyper Real Glow from MAC, and we're gonna use, this is the Shimmy Peach. I'm gonna use the lightest shade in that, and I am going to put that here, and blend it up in here. And then I'm gonna take Crystal Avalanche. This is like a super old shadow. Crystal Avalanche, take a little bit of that, tap off the excess, and add iciness to it in the inner corner. Just like that. And I'm gonna add some icy coolness to it, more of a whitish type of base. And kind of follow along what we just did. Then go back in with it's like everything everywhere, and I don't even know where to start. Go back in with the bling and kind of meet up with those shadows here. Right here. Okay, like so. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and do some mascara. I kind of want to do something underneath this lash line, so I'm gonna take Brown Down and smudge it underneath. With a little bit of the glitter from MAC. This is the iridescent white glitter, And I'm going to, that's Sky crying. Her god brother left, so she's upset. Use a glitter adhesive. And apply this to the lid because something's missing. Alright, try to put lashes on and I'll be right back. So for blush, we're going to go ahead and use the Breath of Plum from MAC. This is definitely a classic blush. And just blush up the face. Next, we're going to go ahead and mist our face before we do the highlight. A little bit of the Fix Plus. This is definitely a oldie but a goodie. I just have the shimmery one. I don't have the regular one anymore. So this is like a little sample that we're going to use. So let's... And then we're going to go ahead and add the highlight. And the highlight that we're going to be using today is the Superb by MAC. And this is the Extra Dimension. And I'm just going to lightly do it the tip of it. This one has more of that silver-esque, well, silver tint. And the eyes are not so warm, even though you see like the gold and stuff in there. It's definitely more silver-ish. For lips, I'm gonna go in with MAC Chestnut. This is a classic lip. Every brown person, anybody should own Chestnut. It's a classic. And then I'm gonna use Nightmoth to slightly overline, just to add a little bit of depth. I think I want to do, all right, so I'm going to do a little bit of Velvet Teddy from MAC. This is also a classic. And then I want to mix it with a little bit, very little bit of the pink plaid. Let's go ahead and do the wrap up. So yeah, we can see how I feel about these products. As you can see, you know, we started off a little rough. I wasn't really feeling those colors together, so we came up with this. So yeah, I'm just gonna zoom out and we're gonna go over the products in a little bit more detail. All right, guys. So the primer, still love, that's never gonna change. Foundation, never gonna change. The Pro Longwear Nourishing, love, 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 love that. Concealer, Pro Longwear, still bomb.com, still love that concealer. The setting powder, I've kind of grown out of that setting powder. It's still a really good setting powder, but I love my Fashion Fair a lot more. The Huda Beauty, I just love more other setting powders. So that invisible one, it's okay. It's still, you know, a good powder, but I have other favorites. So I probably won't be repurchasing that one for myself or my kit. What else? Oh, Mineralize skin finishes. I will always love those. Those make the skin look so flawless, so even, just so well put together and blended. So that will always remain in my kit and in my personal stack. What else do we use? The contour powder, the Studio Finish, the Studio Fix powder. These are still good. They're still a really good classic. Never gonna leave these alone either. The highlighters, I always love these highlighters. These highlighters are amazing. The extra dimension skin finish highlighters, those are what really actually got me into highlighting my face. Like, those are the wet skin looking highlighters before there was the wet skin looking highlighter. So that's definitely the OG, and it's still a very pretty, gorgeous, absolutely stunning highlighters. What else did we use? Of course, the eyeshadow base, I love. That's never going to change. There are other ones, but that one is still one of the best eyeshadow primers out there. Contour, the definitive. I still love the definitive contour powder because it is so natural and so beautiful. However, they do need to expand their ranges, and that's just that. What else did we use? The eyeshadows. Some of their eyeshadows are still really, 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 really good. The pigments are good. The price point now has dropped down if you get them like individually in the pans like this, opposed to buying the pot, because I think these are $7 and then I think these are like 19 or 20. So basically you're really just paying for powder. I mean for the palette. So I would just buy an individual palette and fill it up that way. I feel like that is so much more reasonably priced than buying them like this. What else? But I also do feel like the shadows made my eyes itch, or I don't know if it was the eyeliner, but something is making my eyes run. I'm gonna kind of zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about. So if I turn right here, this whole area, my eyes were running and they're still kind of very irritated and itchy. You can see that, yep, they're running. Right there we go. You can see they're kind of itchy. Well, not itchy, you can't see that, but they're running. It's wet. Yeah, see it on my finger. So something is really irritating. Something is really irritating my eye when it comes to these eyeshadows. So I don't know what it is, but yeah, my eyes are itching right now. And it's not the glitter. Let me just say that it's not the glitter. So yeah, I'm like ready to scratch my eyes and get this makeup off. So yeah, that just irritates me. So I don't know, one of these shadows, something is going on where it's not agreeing with me and it's making my eyes really, really itch. Still love all of their glitters. They have really good, some staple eyeshadows, let's just say that. But something, whatever, I don't even know which one it is, but it's really irritating the out of my eyes. The highlighter I told you I love, lipstick liners, those are always going to be banging and bomb.com. So yeah, I think I touched on everything. I hope I touched on everything. If I didn't, I will link it down below. I mean, I will, type it up in the description box if I had anything that I forgot. So yeah, until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, see you in my next one. Bye.